Good morning, family, friends. It is Monday morning, April 6th. It's time to get our grind on. It's time to get it going. And I know, we had a nice Easter weekend, and there was a lot of food involved, and and it was just really nice. And it kind of makes it harder to get back to work and back on a routine, but it's that time, folks. Uh, this is how my mornings are starting, and I've been put on a new medicine called Mounjaro because I am a diabetic, and so doctor says uh, you got to get back to doing more exercise than you're already doing, and same. Them doctors always telling us, don't eat this, don't eat that. This ain't good for you. I fired so many doctors over that. But finally I realized that I got to start listening to them if I want to live longer, if I want to have a better life, health-wise, mentally. It's just eating the right things and exercising, doing all those things that are boring. kind of, we kind of need to do them, right? So let's get started. Um, yes, that's your boat, Gabriella. I haven't put air in it yet, but this is my rowing machine, and this is a few years old. And this design right here, I don't know how many people must have lost their hand there because it's a horrible design. And I'm always very careful when I put this thing out because it's heavy for one. Oh, see, I have my foot there. And I don't want to get caught in between that hinge. Because that would hurt. Oh my God, that would hurt. So this is my Nordic tracker. It's a rowing machine, and I'm not going to plug it in today because I don't know where the plug is, but it still works just as well. It still got resistance, and I am going to go at it for 15 minutes today. And I just want to go ahead and talk about the Barter Life book, the Barter Life TV channel, which this will be going on. But my Facebook friends, you see it first. I'm new at all this, and learning how to do the social media has been a challenge. But it's, I'm learning every day. One friend asked me last night, so you finished writing that book? And because I had given him a manuscript probably 2 months ago. I'm like, no, still writing, still editing, and just crossing all my T's, dotting all my I's, because when you're doing something like this, you want to do it right, You want to do it right the first time. And I'm finding out, English is my second language. I was 9 before I started to speak English, but to learn how to read and write and speak in the English language. And thank God I had a beautiful, wonderful set of teachers. Mrs. Scarley was a beautiful blonde Swedish woman with green eyes. And at my age, when I saw her, I paid attention every second that she spent with me, teaching me how to speak English. And that has helped me to not have, uh, a very deep accent. Which I found out later it would have been good if I had an accent. It's actually beneficial in business. So sometimes I do put on an accent when it helps, and depending on who I'm talking to, especially when I'm around the governor or the mayor. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the barter life. Bartering, as I've written in my book that you will soon have, it's a choice. It's a mindset, and we're very fortunate in this country to have an abundance, and most, if you have a house, you got food on your table, you got a car, you go to school, you have insurance, you have doctors that you see regularly. All of us that have that, we're in the top, I forget, it's a very low percentage. I believe it's even single digits, but I'm not going to throw out a number that I'm not sure. But we're among the most fortunate people on the face of this earth, I know we're over 7 billion inhabitants that live on this earth. I know we exceeded that number many, many years ago. I remember going to a party and bringing that up, and some dude that had drank a little bit too much challenged me and said, "No, there's not 7 billion people on this earth, you idiot. There's only 7 million. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not even gonna argue with this guy. But I did a little bit. But yes, out of close to 8 billion people now, we are among the most fortunate. However, things are not looking good, not only for us, but in a global scenario with what's going on with Iran, what is going on with the war, and I don't have to tell you about the gas prices. It's, I think I paid $4 a gallon for fuel, or $3.99. Okay, might as well have been $4, right? And I calculated that, it's costing me damn near a quarter per mile wherever I go. And this war is not going to be fought on the ground. It's not going to be fought from the skies, from the airplanes, from the ships. Well, it started that way, but this war is going to go a lot in a different direction, and a scary one at that, because Iran, China, they're all trying to suffocate us, and we're seeing that right now, where they're trying to change the global currency that has been used for many years, and that is the US dollar, that has to be used for all transactions having to do with petroleum, oil, and fuels going through the Canal of Suez. And that, my friends, is going to start literally hampering and stopping a lot of products coming to us very important products that we need, and it is gonna, and it has already started affecting the value of the dollar. And the longer that this goes on, that we don't control that, it can potentially affect everyone in the United States, in Europe, and other parts of the world. And you know, I'm not trying to scare you. These are just facts of what's going on in our current moment in life. And this is more of a reason of why we are bringing the bartering life into vision and presenting it to our readers, to our audience, that take a minute to join us on this barter life journey. For this, the barter system has been alive for hundreds, thousands, it goes back millions of years. And in my book I explain these things. But more importantly, in my book, I'm not teaching my readers anything that they don't already know, okay, or anything that they haven't done. I'm just creating a mindset, an opening of how we live day to day, and how we all can benefit from the bartering system. And I have to tell you that I've dug deeper into a lot of the bartering deals that I have done throughout the past years and even recently. And my barter dollars are in some cases 900% higher in value than the U.S. currency. I guess I got to be real careful how, you know, I say these things. But in reality, there could come a moment where we have no choice but to barter. In the Netherlands, it happened back in 2010, where certain conditions weakened their currency. In Cuba, it's used daily. I can only pray and hope that we never get to that point where Cuba is today. Those people are suffering tremendously. Why? Because petroleum hasn't gotten to them until just recently. And we depend on petroleum for so many things, not just for gas, for fuel, for diesel, for airplane fuel, for jet fuel. Nearly everything that is around me right here, right now, is a byproduct of oil and gas. And also how we get our products, like serious items like medicine, food, even water. All of those things depend on us having petroleum, and having a strong economy is very important. Our dollar has got to be strong in order for us to maintain our way of life as we know it. And we pray to God that our government, our leaders will do the right things to help control the status quo, to help maintain our strong economy, our strong country. But folks, Iran has always wanted to do harm to America. And China's not very happy with us right now. So we can only pray and hope for the best. Meanwhile, we have to prepare for the worst. That's my theory in life. I've always, worked and strived to have the best outcome in my personal life, in my business life, in my spiritual life, my relationships, and worked at it to achieve those goals. And we are preppers. We have been for years. My little sister a whole lot more than the rest of us, and that's where I learned it from. And I can tell you some stories about prepping. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to start stocking up on non-perishable goods. We've done a lot of camping and climbing throughout the years, and I'll never forget when we climbed to Mount Chisos, to the southern rim. It's a 2-day climb. I think we reached over 8,000 feet. Located at Big Bang National Park, close to Terlingua. That was one of the first times I've tasted rations. OMG, were they delicious. And each of us carried a backpack. Mine was 50 pounds. My brother-in-law's was 70 pounds. He was in a lot better shape than I was. He could carry that. Our girls' backpacks were only like 30 pounds. And halfway up that climb, they had to dump them and we had to go back. So we climbed that day, those 2 days, I don't know how many steps. But I can tell you that it wore us out. And my point is being ready. And later today, I will have another video. And first, it comes to you guys in Facebook. And now we're expanding out to YouTube, to Instagram, and every day I'm trying to learn new avenues, new ways to get the word out about the Barter Life TV, about the Barter Life book, about my ocean energy generation project, which, by the way, I am very close to submitting to the DOE. Man, there's a whole lot going on, and it's a time that where we all have to come together, and I know that the Barter in Life and the teachings that we have in this book will benefit many. The price is not set yet, but at $14.99, or even if it's $20, many that will read that book will have a new mindset and will begin doing barters. I have a new insert where it walks you through doing your first barter deal and doing it right and getting the most returns on your barter deal. So get your day started, get that coffee burning, and get them coffee beans in your bloodstream, and let's get it on. Let's get this day started, and enjoy it. Live every minute. Help each other. Love one another. And most of all, peace. Woo! I think I only got 5 minutes in.